Hey yo, Yorkshire Day. Another airshow for you. We're at Southport this week. Hope you're going to enjoy it. You have to hit that like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell for the next upload. Got some good stuff coming up this year. Hope you enjoy. Hey guys. So we're at Southport. We got some great footage for you of the air displays. Hope you enjoy. Nice being around. Let's get into it. The mark, as you can see in front, is a display line. So that's the closest the aircraft can get to the crowd. The crowds are nowhere near as big as Blackpool, but hope you enjoy, guys. I know I will. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in a bit.
The really quite cool breeze aircraft, the good quite rail support for the very early aircraft. This is a bit of the fun of the on real doing little doing another you know that.
I just love the sound of that engine.
The unarmed high altitude reconnaissance aircraft. Out by then that's the idea of 65 or so the bit higher that I believe you may be able to be a the law. Really does a wonderful guys and doing the truly iconic victory as well. These are typical like they should do, but we've more down to the back pool in and around Bedford. They're all becoming they join the first building or to CPS or that's what that they're trying to stop it, they should be on it. It has on the job, it has on all of it. It's designed and built by aerobatic good in the Czech Republic, and is basically to continue basically and from pilot training. It also is able to fly light compact as well. And despite its origin in the Warsaw map, it's definitely active in the recording. Pilots who are with us today, particularly on our map, people will be familiar with this aircraft because, of course, this was where the pilot used to with strong hitting skills against our NATO type. Designed during their 60s as a definitely to be held by the Delta. John Howard who, after his air for time, went off to work the water, and now joins the L39 maintenance facility team across just across the water there over Atlantic. He's taken back to it for 2 years now, and real pleasure to see it back on the circuit. Around 97 years. Generally, a sort of 2 level appears the training aircraft before. Powered by just one Chango A25GL turbofan, doing it around about 3,700 pounds plus. And that's a very similar thrust range that the Jet Pro you're going to see later on, the Mark 5 jet product, is in that category, alongside the Vampire you'll see, the Generation 1, hopefully later on today, has a little bit less power than that. Nonetheless, this one able to fly at around 470 miles an hour, with a top speed of 610, with a range just over 1,000 miles, so pretty good. I think just so he'll hopefully just take a look down here. He's bending away from us at the moment. But this is John Hull in the open. Sales are donated to the RAF Connect, which is brilliant. Well, that's fantastic, and that is incredibly good value for a program. Anyway, we'll change genre again now. We're still staying in that sort of historic world, but we're going way back. Way back before the Spitfire time. If you look at your right-hand side now, you see a huge grey flight plane. One of the biggest built, but one of the most famous and most successful. And some of you out there who have been around the Navy for decades ago may recall that as being the bugle call to flying stations, because we're getting back to the 30s now, where this venerable aircraft was virtually, almost not quite, as I said, it's a bird, it'd be almost a fish, but it's certainly a positive film, but it did the most fantastic job during the course of the Second World War. From the Helgi Wing Tail Dispatch into the school. The important aircraft that the Navy had ever operated. Luckily now, ready to turn for generations to come. This amazing torpedo bomber aircraft with a huge Bristol Pegasus 9-cylinder radial engine on the front doing it 1.7. Were followed as with most naval aircraft to minimise the room taken up on the deck, start below and the other carriage would be strengthened to allow for what most naval aviators would call just a firm arrival on a deck. But of course that deck would be heaving and rolling in heavy seas. And so this also fitted with an arrestor hook to be able to make a short land. The one. So the aircraft were fitted with a radar, a series of rockets that were able to get them off at speed in a very short distance. The navigator would sit in the centre cockpit using a stopwatch compass and a fair amount of intuition. And the telegraphist air gunner sat in the aft cockpit facing rearward and also operated both the HF radio set and the rearward facing .303 Lewis. It's coming around now for the flight period to give Mark a good wave, which is just the most fabulous thing to see here. It's the most beautiful fast control that absolutely held this flight in the middle point. They rely very much on our generous donation to the fabulous aircraft.
And shortly there'll be smoke as well from the DZ, helping the coach to identify the drop zone for the team. Only when the coach is happy will the team exit the aircraft. Straight overhead now, you can see the aircraft passing over. You can slowly see the red spot. And there they go, the 2025 Royal Air Force Parachute Display Team, the Falcon. The team coach at the front, Sergeant Liam Lyons, is now gathering up the 6 members of the team that will make the formation into the snake, ready to go into the first manoeuvre. Into the carousel. Carousel gets tighter and tighter. Flight Sergeant Liam Lyons giving instructions to the team before they break out into the sabre chain. And the 2 parachutists off to the left flying flags today are Sergeant Marcus Shields with the Union Jack. And as the team start to manoeuvre their way toward the drop zone now, they will definitely be able to hear you. So please give them a big round of applause. Everybody, please welcome the 2025 Royal Air Force Falcons Parachute Display Team. The team will now break up individually for a landing. So, landing in order, we have Flight Sergeant Liam Lyons. Please give him a round of applause. Sergeant Andy Lynch. Sergeant Gabe Colfer. Sergeant Aaron Olds. Sergeant Rich Peregrine. Sergeant Greg Ashelby. And following up with the flags, Sergeant Marcus Shields and Sergeant Luke Riddle. Today, and now all flying safely on the ground. The team will now start clearing their equipment with the ground today, so they need to be very mindful of putting the parachutes on the wet ground. The red smoke canisters will be very hot, so they need to make sure their equipment and parachute canopy doesn't touch that. And I'll start preparing for the lineup.
There guys. Hope you're enjoying it. Hit that like and subscribe.
And we're going to see some.
And I'll catch you in a bit.
1995. Right now, and it's too early as the Gordon leads the formation. And this is a very, very nice showpiece. Not a bit of weighted. Extremely well led. It's got the formation individual. Please love. It's great.
Good, we know jet pits are you.
Every now and then you're the team leader tracking out work required to hit the formations. Instinctively, spendable, and the not always effortlessly. It's a lot more work than you actually realise. Of course, this bunch of aviators have all been working together for years, consisting sign and up front there in the formation. All that each of them will go to the show. And we'll see back in third place, Pete Well, Gerald Williams, local player, Rocket Well, and Mark Southern there bringing out number 4 and 5 and 6. The birds news on now Delta up to the party. These trusses can build aircraft got great performance, tracking the speed around 230 miles per hour. But good G limits and +6 and -3, making it a very good aerobatic performer as well. It's also a good tourer. It's a very comfortable cockpit area and a little room for your luggage as well. It's also very good at short landing and takeoff. Use you flying out of small airstrips, farm areas. 4 and 5 now putting up. A little twist there, a little quarter, Glover turn. That's Gerald and Mark there, thinking that. You guys now feel for 1, 2, 3 and 6, who are coming in for their bottom barrel. We'll just have a little listen in as they pull through that, and you'll hear the soft sounds. And they make them so simple, but of course the work is all on the outside of that way. And you can use it's much more subtle and more charming. The leader just making sure that the trajectory on a very, very safe path, enabling them the ability to maneuver around. So having completed that, they go out to the left-hand side. Meanwhile, 4 and 5 pulling up in coast. They're all through with a number of different ships and aircraft in the past. They've done the most terrific job over, well over 20, 30 years. Some of them have been through pictures as well, and I think on 8 to 10 years. But here now, surrounding known as Cigarette Range and former bar get private view of the airport. Got well over 5,000 hours continuity by now. Postal tours on the Tornado and an instructor on the Hawk and the Globe Tutor. Based along the sides of many of his colleagues down at St. Athan in South Wales. Some marvellous photographic opportunities now keeping the coastline. Let's listen into the coffee for that month. Now nothing on very gently and stay down. Alright. The gently and luck will help. Big off to the river. And now the next break start. Absolutely delightful. From Wales to the place New Zealand and South Africa, a successful businessman in South Wales area. With a whole range of different aircraft, people got saw them earlier, the L-39, but also playing the Death Bombers, the Strikey, the Vampires, the Venom, also Hunters as well. And displayed with a Yak 52 team in South Africa as well, flying alongside him in his number 5, Mark 7, like trade and airline pilots with significant experience over the last 30 years with both Boeing and Airbus range of aircraft. Fantastic. Cheer each other. And expertly done. It's so great to manage to get the team performing while the Falvey is still giving them the height to do that. Alongside Sid in position of 2 and 3, Patrick Wilson and Pete Wells. Pete Wells himself well known on the air display circuit as well, having amassed literally 6 or 7,000 hours by now. We're going to go for introducing his first one to provide display of 15 years ago. He went turn on his things firstly and retains a keen interest in flying. But also managed a company with Jim Clark back for many years, a composite aircraft himself based in Patrick Wilson, they're one of the younger newer ones, but another break coming up now. Good photo opportunity. Oh, just what do you eat out? What do you like? More time back now for their English putting up now, coming on as they pull up. As they get to the top, the speed comes on. They look over the shoulders, just check the wings are level, and then they prepare to bring the G back on slowly, exactly at the same time, so they pull out where they start. Keep your eyes out now, look right out in front of you and where she is. It's a very long way indeed. As the main formation 1, 2 and 3 pull up in front. Pulling into a big barrel roll as they come forward, the back flying around a very, very large old field barrel. Just once. Hear the words there, very precise. That is so that everybody puts the control inputs into the aircraft at exactly the same time. So, tremendous thing to watch. It's a brilliant thing to be part of as well. Formation flying, very, very satisfying. So, go on time now. A good chance to just give your partner a squeeze or just give them a hug because this is Cheeto. Go the rough game of the dance. The guys, while coming in, heart stubborn, fierce is the heart. Couple of great manoeuvres. 1, 2, 3, come on, into the crocodile. Efficient formation display teams in the civilian marketplace. Again, of course, you've got to remember, although these are less powerful than the jets that you see in the red arrows, nonetheless performing similar maneuvers. They come in very, very tightly together. And this is a super maneuver, then pull up with more and then they go down for the downwards span brake. Okay, let's talk the cover line. Right, is that line correct? Go here. That's, ladies and gentlemen, 2025. Key brave display.
Rolling team really?
As Bob pulls up, the bird gets feed into ice for first maneuver, the hammerhead. Flight lesson and Bob Hughes supporting Commander Stealth Whale. Started flying grey at the Royal Airport in 1989. Started 8 and Varia Hong Kong in the death. The student bank pilot on D-Day. The end of this half horizontal fall is now pushing left to QG left of the aircraft, upside down to 30 pounds. I am something on this display, the deep build from off hanging in its strap, making sure it's controlling the aircraft in back of flight. The ballistic bolts, that can't see. Let's the chip there provide careful energy management. Euclid's left weight ratio. We're not displaying the tutor, Bob is a qualified flying instructor of QFI or 115 Squadron Fate as RAF Wittering, but he's frontline pilot, fellow tutor QFI. During his very varied career, Bob has amassed over 8,000 flying hours from 15 different aircraft types. This represents almost a full year in the air. After completing the car cube and Hoffel Emperor 4.0, the aircraft ready, great angle. The 4.0 bot delicacy, the rudder supporting node above the horizon on flight at theory. Next, another winger. Combined pitching and roller maneuver, you can turn at one path to 180 degrees. The notice that every winger that is slightly different and got carefully catered in flight path to different wind conditions and aircraft energy take. For overall 90 degrees for pointing stripped up, for being stall turn almost zero airspeed, still in the aircraft, only 900 feet above the ground. The 290 degree turn go up on 6 state direction. The tutor is operated by today, the Royal Air Force is recruiting the multiple rewarded and demanding profession and has an exciting future with its continued development of our combat, utility and maritime control aircraft as well as case space command. They will soon be joined by the introduction of airborne early warning aircraft as Prias E7 Wedgetail and newly remotely piloted aerobatic detector. The high tempo of operations continues today, with aircraft and personnel deployed around the world, offering NATO and our other allies. Visit the RAF website to find out more about the profession, business but not limited to, air operations, engines, additional type treatment, and many more. We're now in the final section of our bargain play with the big blue and then half Cuban. Your big blue button just needs to in the air and platform for ground flight. I'd like to take this moment to say a big thank you to all supporters this season. They are Royal Air Force Netherlands Club, Southport International, Runway 25, but it wasn't merchandise to give out nostalgia. Bob now brings the tutor around to his departing way. Final great focus. Make sure to tag the RAF play. Without Facebook, if you've got any good photos of us, we will repost them. Getting back to the Southport Airshow 2025, hosting a ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, 2025 to play. Give them away.
Yeah, brilliant stuff, Dave. Thanks, Sam. And another very competent display for the team. And also, great style of really, they can't have amazing. I have very strong of Jeff aircraft and also what basically put two aircraft together and space that one off disaster for last, I believe, to be delivered to the companies on last test. Aerobatic, absolutely outstanding track, but then the proof of the commodore for look higher above now, they're not expecting to come on exit. Now, these are the stars. And
These are them that were at what is it? Fairburn.
just taking a little sample at scenery down below. They like always to familiarise themselves, get settled in, and then watch that talking focus on.
So you've seen these guys when previously they were at the Fairburn main event there.
But these guys don't just put it on and off. They will at times use it in a docking fashion because they use what they call subscribers. You can actually write messages to subscribe. They're like all code. Only it's looks like doing a lot. Just now deciding to let's get it also very simple safety method for picking up your partner position side. That's why folks did very important stuff. Here we go now. There's a breath of circle, 2025 for Starling. Oh, right. And once again, so they will start off with a series of tight and make work. I thought picking absolutely blue long side into that position. And that's of course the shot fulfills on with the replicate the control movement and keep the reliable motion into. Tom Castell's senior member here, a master of the amount of food, a really good mentor as well as business as well. David Peter back in the mid-80s, innovating well over 75 experience now. Come early on as a Harrison's top pilot, operating his own with Northern Islanders. So it was in the early 90s that he introduced there as well. Flying a big fireplane, winning his very first contest at 3 in that stage. John went on to it. The title chosen Again, up to the additional entry standard level aeroboat. So by the end of 1995, there's spin and trick back in aerobatic aircraft. And went on to win the 1995 Advanced Level Champion. So through here with the count 2, 3, 2. Ready then, worked his way up and became one of the most accomplished aerobatic champions we've done. And then you see the drop of smoke coming on. That's coming out of Michael's plane as he's flying at the moment up to position. Start went on to National Championships and received the undefeated aerobatic national champion 3 times. The other aircraft still young and hard. And Michael began flying at a very young age with his father. To this aerobatic competition at 14 years old, where he became the youngest ever person to be awarded a authorised for the spaceflight. At the age of 23, the youngest ever national aerobatic champion. Still is the youngest unlimited aerobatic pilot. What is it? Very passionate about the aircraft, but by warbirds as well. The youth fly with the plenty of the 15. Just before the airspace of the pier, pulling over the top. Absolutely. The extra 300 NG, one of the latest prototypes in the purple design field, unlimited aerobatic aircraft in the world. It's got a huge background. The original being designed by Walter Extra back in 1987. He himself is a former German aerobatic champion. And this design has been 5 weeks improved over the last 30 years or so. Now one of the most popular aircraft here. Not added a bit of comfort to it. It's actually quite comfortable aircraft for here. But it lifts off a heater in as well. Airframe, state-of-the-art avionics, providing a new level. Once again, taking it another generation leap forward in terms of performance flight. And now an opportunity to use their skill set coming out their independent solo routines.
First we've seen him do the stall now.
Right up in the sky. Using all that energy and momentum, rolling it through, then letting it tumble, and then the heart of it, literally spiral over edge and letting it fall through. Initially a flat spin, not a pleasant feeling. Again, all under control, really challenging set of maneuvers just in that 20 or 30 seconds worth of fun. A lot going on, not with a lot of training, and in massive amount of skill being the front. Then it's that descent. Speed and hit. There's a taking roll all the way up, and let the air speed speed away. Before he then to once again tumble and stay away. Really impressive. Holding on to a bit of energy there. That's got all the run right to be your head. Just about the speed is there now. It's like trying to come back. Six. I got a feeling he's just really enjoying that. Farmers. So, well, Pete Tanny, pass out to the left-hand side sound lights. Focus on dog slope, coming into Michael. Fixing left right, independent control. Winding it up really fast now, bringing up the speed, bringing up the energy. You're now north in a vertical trajectory to put in the whole English style. 12, couples, mix, stacks. Really impressive climb. All the time, the onset plus and minus G is the thing that it really demands. Really well to do this, and definitely practice it a couple of times a week. Absolutely transfixing demonstration here of ultras aerobatic.
We got the wing walkers again. Again, these were that seen in the previous video.
Yeah, they go up and come up, down, this is flying, and look who's on the wings. It is Emma and Kirsten fighting for their food. Acrobatic maneuvers against winds of 150 miles an hour. Over top with this sort of glamour and expertise and romance of the interwater. Yeah, at the end of the second flight of the Erupt war, there were a lot of spare pilots, a lot of spare aircraft, not a great deal of employment. The best way to make use of all that expertise was to take people flying and, accordingly, doing a few stunts as well. Well, today it's a whole lot safer than it was back in the roaring 20s, but nonetheless, it still features, I think, so much of a romance at that time. These wonderful aircraft, the Spearman, not standard, they have been modified to take the girls riding on the top of the wings, of course. But in the hands today of Dave Fowl, Brian Corn, they really are accomplishing. Look at those these girls are astonishing us. If you're running every day, you sounds waking out around it.
Oh no.
They are disgusting though, although they will obstruct very fast, literally walking around the room. But in this case, they are doing their own thing. No communication there between girls. They've got to do the whole thing by hand signals, and that includes communicating with the pilots as well. The pilots are unable to talk to them. A vowel leading the formation. Brightly coloured aircraft, really strong, stable machine, very comfortable to fly, but nonetheless still open cockpit. This is how Dave, who's leading today, giving you a first great photograph. Yeah. And equally magnificent girls doing their gymnastics on top. Very tough roll to get to, very popular, but they don't feel so often. Well, maybe dancing, all very strong. Transformed or developed so many pilots. This would have been the second phase of flying, the advanced flying phase. John Gibbs, and a little bit more about him and his local connections as well, just a moment. Well, so this aircraft time programs on the water, and a flight for classic aircraft reference diver being to the engine that it carries. Military pilots from the late 50s to the early 90s. And this particular aircraft was the last iteration of development of the whole family of the jet probbers. This one being built by BAC just around the corner in 1970. It was one of the many training aircraft at Royal Air Force living, but also flying with both the Gemini pair and the Sword display team. During the latter part of its IO service, it went on to fly as a navigation training before I went to that UK. Well, that was like 2 nil for us. There we go. The radar covers had a comprehensive avionics switch that was ordered for additional radar select as well. It's equipped with a hydraulically operated main weapon point, electrically operated circuit, and also there for the power model, both WS61. That's fine. Also, S61. Flat. That's organized by two companies market. Go forward, hope. You all cannot have time. The first thing, this crafting, you may well have seen it or remember it in full Navy livery. search and rescue. They will rent the drone here in its Royal Air Force search and rescue for yellow delivery.
Your final seat. Oh, dear.
Dog. Joining an ever-expanding range of different helicopters now, and Andrew's based down in Chart. Now we're interested with the CAA and inspired to use GDC King SK NG. And most recently featured in the BBC Sunday evening drama programme The Visual. We experience after a high-speed departure, just slowing it down and very, very confident. And we miss them all, but of course very different. So, as they now under civilian contract, flying more advanced helicopter, and not those brand new aircraft, sadly. So I understand that he's now coming back for a flag. 14 past 5, good chance to give them a wave as he deploys the flag underneath the zipline. So the work they did was absolutely astonishing back in the day, and a good opportunity now for us to pay tribute to that as Andrew and his crew for the tail end of their display. And you can see it's much here halfway that we've just stuck enough to blow the flag as if it's flying forward in the of course, the A26 Vader. Although we'll be taking a short break whilst we wait for that aircraft to make its way.
Mr. Pitts, can't beat him.
Thank you. Now, big guy, everything will do all that. Big special, despite the fact that they're relatively old in that generational terms. Not this one, though, but the design of the thing goes back to Berkeley Bridge itself, back in the mid-1940s, where he never designed an aircraft literally specially built to it aerobatics can't do. and he succeeded immensely. Now we're several generations down the line. Of course, bear in mind that was the mid 1940s. It was the relatively lightweight machine then with the Franklin engine. Richard already upside down now, hanging in his straps as he loves to do. While he bends his aircraft, he's burning through a circle in the sky. Turn his traces out. Bit of a hammer to putting a little shelf on the side of the aircraft. My bird slowly for this. It's an aircraft that hangs upside down in the Smithsonian Museum if you've ever crossed. There's a little outpost of the Smithsonian at Dulles. Okay, you can see how flying upside down. The heavily modified aircraft is development of its muscle biplane. You'll probably remember it in this famous Union Jack aircraft. So this one now modified. Richard is a consummate aviation performer, totally dedicated and passionate. Brought up with flying in his own DNA, the father of planes, back in the day, he was up towards the Air Force for NATO 20 years before going to the commercial airline business. As he reached abroad, going to a variety of multiple maneuvers. Of course, it's got a 6-cylinder 8.5 litre engine giving you 300 horsepower on an aircraft which may weigh over 700 kilos. Speed is only doing about 8.3 passengers, -5. I can assure you this is the one of the inch roll. On case using that slight step there, not just for speed but also energy and momentum. All that happens to trajectory in this momentum is very easily backwards on the top. Once again, now that hard work so when you're upside down and you flick away your piece of negative G's, you then decide to contribute to all of these negative G's get worse, and therefore more and more blood trying to get to your head, pulling it away from all your separate bodies in that way. Very uncomfortable manoeuvre indeed. That will probably get high G there, but now demonstrating how we survive this. Outside you get well, there a little I get cold quickly. Did you try to get it? Would you give them the neck and stuff? I put it in the wall. Yeah. Where the end team does. With the throw rate of its aircraft. It's very, very small aircraft indeed. So Richard, not just a pilot, he spent a lot of time in the hangar himself doing a vast amount of maintenance and design work himself. Just the entire reconstruction. No average bits this one. It's got a massive new wing as well. And a very, very strong machine. Going back round now, this is his trademark part, the knife edge part, where he's using the fuselage as well as the wing. You do get a little bit of it done. And there he goes on to stay forward. Talking about just £3,000 of thrust on the earlier jets there. We're talking a total of £40,000 of thrust with these engines, but with all massive fourth generation technology here. The design of these wings, the onboard computer systems, the amount of data is why. I think I'm just calling for a reset, and that is up in the reset. Something just happened with a couple of previous displays. Yeah, just.
you? I lost you. There she is. Here's my camcorder back out, love. Here's my camcorder back out.
I did this yesterday when we came out.
What's this one, Anne? Another new aircraft I've never seen before. This is the invader, guys. There's only 3 of these flying in the world now. We're looking at that one here at Southport.
Able to put it from minus 5 kilo to plus 6. It's quite strenuous.
That's the main reason I missed the jet. It's just look what I can do with that right plane. I'd love to meet the guy one day. Just look at that. He's just nuts, isn't he? A bit like Anna. She must be nuts, she married me.
Yeah, he can just keep back to the top of the trolley and the little room to the final part where he lives in the great Southport wave off as well. It's a little bit bigger than the Southport.
Love the knife edge, this one of my favourites. Anyway, goodbye. Thank you, Mr. Jet Pits.
They were a random bike.
Please welcome at 29 square meter Royal Air Force flying team, the flight distance slave for 2025 in the hands of Southport.
It's behind you.
Keep your eyes behind you. You'll just see him now. He's doing his final checks before he slams the throttle forward. Sandy, you've got a speed limit of 600 miles an hour around the UK. That is just between the next speed and you go in the UK. Here it comes.